So this here is a completely solar powered aircraft, so there's no battery on board. It's all just directly from these half sun power cells straight to the motor controller. There's a little PowerPoint tracker in there that tries to keep the cells in their optimum output. Solar cells have very sensitive voltage current curves, so if you try to overdraw them, they'll tank very quickly. And the cool part about solar planes is that the power you get is very dependent on how you're pointing at the sun. So you can see here, so this is full throttle. So this is, away from the sun in shadow and at the sun. Away from the sun, at the sun. And this makes flying very interesting because it's almost like sailing. You're using the sun as your energy source, and you have to be careful about how you fly the plane, and you want to always point the array at the sun. So climbing away from the sun is actually pretty easy because you're pointing the array closer towards the sun vector. But then as soon as you turn in sun, your power tanks. So you see the prop there spooling down. So it becomes I find basically like tacking against the sun works the easiest. So we'll do some figure eights here. Get through the turn quickly, point the array at the sun. Get through the turn quickly, point the array at the sun. Get through the turn quickly, and this way you can actually get a pretty sprightly performance out of a pretty low wattage setup. I think this is an under 20 watt array on a plane that weighs 150 grams or so. But it's so cool to get this sort of performance. A long time ago, one of my college friends and I did a project to try to break the FAI solar powered endurance record, and at the time it was a very challenging task. We built a very big plane, had a lot of cells on it, came pretty close, but to think at that time that you could have a plane this small that flies this well was really kind of unfathomable. So it's so cool to see how far the hobby's come. And this little plane has kind of reinvigorated my interest in solar flight. There's a new FAI sporting class, F5E, I believe it is, that's a bunch of solar powered contest tasks. So I think I'm going to take this power system and build a new plane around it targeted at that contest. So it's a cool plane. I'll put a link in the description below to the guy who makes and sells these at a pretty reasonable price. He's got a build thread up on RCgroups. Cool plane. Always fun to do solar flying. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.